I travel full time and I know just how frustrating it can be when there's a flight cancellation or delay and the airlines make it so difficult to get a hold of them or to get any of your money back. It's chaos, right? Well, luckily, things are about to change. There's some new laws that all airlines are going to have to follow. I'm going to do my best to simplify it, give you just kind of like the main three things that are going to impact most travelers. This only applies to US-based flights. The first major change is with refunds regarding canceled flights or significantly delayed flights. If your flight is significantly delayed or canceled, you are entitled to a full refund, even if it's a non-refundable ticket. But there are really important things to know around this because there are a few stipulations. This doesn't mean that you just get to fly for free. So let's say your flight is delayed and you say, that's fine, I'm still gonna get on this flight. I'm gonna get to my destination and say, oh, well, my flight was delayed. Can I have my money back, please? Not how it works. You're gonna have to make your decision before you get on the plane. And you might have caught that I said significantly delayed. Well, what the heck does significantly delayed mean? If it's a domestic flight, anything that is delayed by more than 3 hours, meaning you arrive 3 hours after you were supposed to, that means it's a significant delay. If it's an international flight, bump that up to 6 hours. So now we have 3 and 6 hours. If it's delayed by that much, you are guaranteed to get a full refund if you choose to go that route. Now, that doesn't mean that airlines aren't going to try to give you vouchers and credits. They can still try to, but you as a passenger can now say, hey, I don't want anything to do with that. I want my full refund, and they have to provide that. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, but how are they going to refund me, and how long do they have to refund me? We have answers to that too. So they have to repay you on whatever payment method you used to purchase the ticket. Meaning if you booked on a credit card, they have to refund it to that original payment method. And if it's a credit card, they have to refund it within 7 business days. If you booked without a credit card and used some other form of payment, they have 20 calendar days to do it. And the best part is you do not have to go and fill out any forms. You don't have to make any calls. This is automatic. They have no choice legally. They will automatically do that refund within that window time and you'll have your money back. So that is a great thing for us travelers. Another really important question that a lot of people want to know is, okay, but what if I use something like Expedia or one of these third-party platforms to book through? What then? I heard I normally give up my rights when I do that. Gone are the days where you have to track down Expedia, get somebody on the phone and try to figure out who's responsible. Nope, the airline just has to simply refund you. It's gonna be that simple. This is speculative, but I imagine that the airline isn't gonna wanna just fork over the money, so they're probably gonna try to get you to agree to a credit or a voucher of some sort. I wouldn't even be surprised if airlines try to incentivize you to go with those routes and give you like extra money in the form of vouchers or credits. So that will be something fun to track and hopefully will be a win for us passengers. Now, the second big change that is going to impact a lot of people is with baggage delays. Let's say your bag gets delayed and you're saying, hey, what the heck? I paid to have my bag checked because you guys forced me to, and now I'm just out this money even though my bag didn't show up. Well, luckily there's a law for that now too. If your bag is delayed by more than 12 hours on a domestic flight, you automatically will have that refund issued to that original payment method for your baggage fees. Now, that doesn't mean that the baggage is actually going to just magically show up out of nowhere. It's going to be the old system where the airline may or may not be responsible for what's in the bag and refund. That's a whole separate process. There's probably a whole video to do on that. But for your actual baggage fees, those are going to be refunded. And if it's on an international flight, those hour marks go to like 15 to 30 depending on how long the flight was. They'll have some way of presenting that to us so we know ahead of time. The third big thing, so we already have flight cancellations and delays, we have baggage. What else could there be? Oh yeah, what about when I'm trying to be the good person and saying, hey, you know what? I just tested positive for COVID, but I have a flight that I paid $1,000 for. I call up the airline and say, hey, I've got COVID. Can I get a refund so I can rebook? And they're like, nope, sorry. Luckily, gone are those days. If you have what they're defining as a severe communicable disease, COVID would qualify in this situation. Again, hopefully we'll get more clarity on what all constitutes there. If you have medical documentation, the airline has no choice. They don't have to refund you to that original payment method, but they do have to offer a voucher or credit. And the best part is this isn't one of those vouchers that's only good for a year and that only works for you. Nope, it has to be transferable to anybody and it is valid for a 5-year window. So huge improvements there. Now you're probably asking yourself, hey, when do all these laws go into effect? All the changes I mentioned at the beginning with the delays, the cancellations, those go into effect on October 28th, 2024. So they're basically here. Now the one that is going into 2025 is the sick one, right? If you are sick and you can't make your flight and you want that voucher, unfortunately, you are going to have to wait until April of 2025. But again, I will keep you updated if there are updates and when we get more clarity on that. So be sure to subscribe. I'll also be sending out updates in my newsletter. You can sign up for that. It's completely free. Link in the description. Also, this QR code here. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But either way, these are big wins for us. I hope this all made sense. I hope it was helpful, and we'll catch you guys next time.